Okay, welcome back everyone. So previously we just cooked our noodles which were dry before. We also cooked our eggs with lard, or rather bacon fat. Okay, because lard we cannot find it in the US, so you have to prepare your own lard by rendering some bacon fat out. Okay, so I have a pan with some eggs, which I used to fry the eggs, and I put some lard in, and of course I needed to have some garlic on standby. So I chopped the garlic to get it ready. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to maybe use half the garlic here, because I'm going to fry the noodles in 2 batches. Reason being, for something like char kway teow, it's easier to fry in small batches so that you have better control of flavor. If you want to cook in big batches, then yeah, that's for expert hawkers to do. So I'm not expert hawker, but at least you still can cook. So I'm going to use this plate here. Hopefully I don't get it to fall. I'm going to take about half of the garlic. It's a bit unpropped. Now half of the garlic, and in you go. Into the pan. I did not turn it on yet. Ideally, if I wasn't taking a video, I would just put it into a hot pan. But yeah, okay. You see, this is a little not too good an idea, but it did the job. I think it's brush away. It did the job. Okay, I'm going to take this out. Okay, I think next time I'll just not show the part that I'm doing this. Yeah, it's very hard to hold the camera. Okay, just cooking with one hand for most of the video. Now I'll turn on the fire to the max, and we'll go through some other ingredients. Okay, I like to use fish sauce to give it umami. So any kind of fish sauce will do. I'm not personally not that particular. Dark soy sauce, because it's a bit harder to find ketchup bunnies here. So I just use dark soy sauce and sugar. Now this is just cane sugar from Trader Joe's. So what I do is I'll start frying the garlic, and I'll put some of the noodles in. Okay, the noodles are already kind of caked up a little bit here. I'll need to separate them out. Okay. Okay, I'll separate out the noodles. And I'll separate out the noodles, and then I will take some of the eggs that I cooked previously and just agar-agar, roughly put them in here. Woo! Okay, so it should be smelling pretty good now. Okay, just get those noodles around, mixed around with the egg. Next thing you want to add at this point, it depends what you want to do, but yeah, I like to add the fish sauce at this juncture. Okay. So I'll add some of the fish sauce. Up to you how much you want. Okay. So add some fish sauce, and I'll put some sugar in. Pardon, I put some of the things on camera. Yeah. So this is not the best practice that I pour the whole thing of sugar in, but just a little bit will do. Yeah, I think this is enough, more than enough. Alright. Okay, but the sugar will give the noodles a very nice caramelized flavor. So it's good to let it caramelize, so it will have the sort of a wok hei kind of a flavor. Okay, so just stir the noodles around, stir fry. If it's going too fast, you can just reduce the fire a little bit. Okay, so it should taste very good now. It smells good now. Okay. Okay, alright. Next step is to add some of the other ingredients in. Oh, I'll turn the fire down a lot. so I don't burn the noodles. Okay, I want to describe what I'm doing. Okay, so I have some chopped Chinese sausages, and this one is actually a fish cake. I use a Japanese fish cake because I find it hard to have the other kinds of fish cake here. Mung beans, just bean sprouts or mung bean sprouts. Soya bean sprouts are still acceptable, but yeah, you can use mung bean sprouts mainly. And underneath all of this, I actually have some green onion or spring onion. So I'm not going to use all of this, but I'm going to use probably half of the ingredients here. Okay. So just roughly add them in. Okay. Actually, yeah. Roughly add them in. Okay. Okay. In goes the Chinese sausage. Bean sprouts, and it's really up to you how much you want. I'm just wanting to finish this batch of bean sprouts, so I'm going to add a lot. Okay, bean sprouts in. Fish cake, Japanese fish cake, it works just as well. Okay, and then in goes the spring onions, or the green onions as they like to call it here. Okay, so just stir it around. I'll put the rest of the ingredients for the second batch over here. Here we have a second batch. And yeah, as the heat, as you heat up the spring onions or green onions, they should start releasing a good aroma. Okay, now increase the heat to about, increase the heat as much as possible. Okay. Okay, next thing I want to add is dark soy sauce. That will give it its rich black color, which is what you'll see in a hawker center style char kway teow. Put it in. Just watch it for the coloring, and that will be fine. If you have ketchup mayonnaise, that's even better, but I'll just make do with what I have. Okay, so what I do is I'll just mix this around. Okay, mix this around. Okay, and I'll try to clean off whatever is stuck to the bottom of the pan. And you'll notice that the sauce will get pretty sticky very quickly. Okay. Okay, so you're almost done. So what I need to do now is to lower the fire and start deglazing the pan using all this water here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's really up to you how wet you want your char kway teow to be. This will help evenly distribute all the dark soy sauce and all the other flavors among all the ingredients. You can see this is starting to look like the char kway teow you're used to, depending of course on how much ingredients and whatever you put in. Okay, of course you can use more rice noodles here, but this one looks a lot more like more like it's a lot of these yellow noodles. Okay, but yeah, this is char kway teow. It's one and done. So let me just plate it, or maybe let me not plate it. I'll just leave it in the pan and I'll say it's gonna taste good as is. Well, I could not resist it. I want to taste test it. Yeah, so I'm gonna taste test this thing. Too bad for you at home, you can't really taste it, but at least you will learn how to make this on your own using ingredients you have. I'll taste it. Okay, the noodles are a little bit hard. Okay, the noodles are a little bit harder, So since the noodles are hard, actually what you can do is to just pour more water inside and then heat it up for longer. You will cook the noodles down. So for char kway teow, the rule is softer is better than harder, in my opinion. So I'm just going to do that. But if you cook your noodles right, you cook it long enough, you should not have to do this at all, and your noodles will be chewy. Okay, so yeah, I think that's more or less it. But okay, let me actually go and do this. All right, so I'm going to pour some water in. And then I'm going to turn the heat up to maximum. And now I'm going to cook those noodles a little bit longer in here. It's totally acceptable to do this unless you want really dry char kway teow. I don't mind mine being a little bit wetter and my ingredients being a little bit more cooked. It's still okay. As long as the noodles are not like hard, this thing is still salvageable. So yep. So once the trick is this, I think once the sides start boiling, you can turn down the fire so that you don't have the water boil off that quickly, and there'll be enough water for the noodles to absorb. So maybe cook it for about 1 or 2 more minutes, and then the noodles should be fine. Okay, ideally you should not have to do this, but if your noodles are hard, this is what you can do. It will just mean that your bean sprouts are more cooked, which is not ideal, but still workable. Okay, and of course that may tell me that, you know, these noodles may need a little bit more cooking. Yeah, let me try the flat rice noodles also. Okay, so this is what I'm going to try. I'm going to wash it a little bit. So, but it's kind of late, I already put it in. Okay, whatever. I'll take a little bit. That was not part of the plan. Oh, that was totally part of the plan. Okay, there you go. The rice noodles are nice, just that the yellow noodles are kind of undercooked. So just cook it a bit longer until the yellow noodles are okay. Then it's something, you know, more acceptable. Okay, I'm gonna try the yellow noodles again. Wash. Okay. There you go. Okay. Consistency is much more acceptable now. It's not that hard. You cook it a little bit longer, let the sauce dry up, and I think we can call it a day. So if you want a wok hei flavor, make sure you burn the sugar. I mean, not all the way through, but as much as possible. Okay. Because the wok hei flavor comes from caramel, and you know, the little bits of burnt parts of the sugar. Okay, so now it's a bit wet. And yeah, looks like this char kway teow is ready to go. Okay, so I think that is it. Thanks for watching. If you're watching, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.